in conclusion, to me conclude Nini, how is this story that had a proper intro, an entire storyline, and now we are concluding? Size 8, Muraya, and okay, Lynette, Muraya, and Wanyama. How are we concluding it? One word. Ratings that the Murayas, they know that the Murayas people will keep watching because we want to see what will size 8 do next. Yes. So that's just the cause, like, so guys are like waiting. So he says it going to call it quits, and then Monday, keeping up with the Murayas again. Bam! Hello!
That report card.
Here we go!
Home of Entertainment Henny.
What's up? What's poppin'? Report card reader. Welcome back to hashtag the report card. Mkamburi Chigogo is my name. This is the home of entertainment commentary and entertainment Henny. We brew it as we say it, honey. So let me tell you, if any of you has been paying attention, because you know at first I really didn't make much of it, but then later I'm like, probably this is one of those kikis that Trudy manufactured and it has to be stellar. Please, I will need you and I to pull a rude boy and just freeze on with me. Okay, let's just analyze this whole story. Proper pole. Domjue hapa ni mjini. Na mjini ni shamba la mawe. Ukizuba unalala njaa. So, when did the Murayas, that show, ever since its inception, when did it get half the traffic it's getting currently? When? And you know, what was funny is the fact that when they uploaded that video, you know, that video of them having that altercation, and then they were like, so this is what the video was all about. You know, it was weird because guys kept giving a reference that we are from somewhere, we are from somewhere, we are from somewhere. And I really didn't quite get it. And then, that's when Wanyama was unveiled. And I'm like, oh God, I see what you guys are doing. And then, during that trailer promo of that show where, I don't know, Muraya and Lynette are getting into it, you notice that our Lynette is working overtime to market her gig, where I think now she's selling something. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, Jesus is Lord. So we're not dismissing, I'm not even trying to say that this maybe, you know, Wanyama is not a real person. But then again, I will not be surprised if that was just a planted thing. And then, you know, they knew. Because, you see, when you sit in these boardrooms, guys, let me tell you the truth. When you sit in some of these things, people already anticipate. And they're like, okay, so what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is A, B, C, and D. And then after that, how are we going to use this type of publicity to propel ourselves to the next level? So what now? You think Sizet is going to divorce DJ Mo? You think to say what me and DJ Mo are done? I'm checking my deuces because he was caught red-handed cheating on me. And you know, Kenya ni ile. That's the joy of Kenya or actually living in this online space, by the way. You trend for a clean 24, 48, 72 hours. And then if you're that kind of person who allows that kind of stuff to break you down, then by all means die. But if you're that kind of person who knows how to harness it, and in fact, look at Muraya now. Muraya has been posting photos, giving this thing no sense at all, but at the same time, they know that the Muraya people will keep watching anything to skyrocket the ratings. Anything for show business. And actually, as a matter of fact, you know, people might sit there at home and you're like, oh, that was so scandalous. And yet the same people who are having those little opinions about how scandalous this whole thing was, if it was me, I would believe it. And yet you, honey, you are stuck with a boyfriend who has been cheated. Who has been cheating on you, passing diseases left, right, and center. And you're still there. Boyfriend, unapigwa, cheating on you. But then you'll be the loudest up on the internet saying, no, Charlie, and it's just like, shut up. I gotta give it to you, Muraya. I gotta give it to you, Lynette. And I gotta give it to you, True D. was cheva. Hii imefunika. And now I think the pressure will be maintaining the audience that these guys have already harnessed from this scandal. You know, just keep the crowds entertained, keep them pulled in enough so that at least your progi can survive another and another and another and another. And I know what people try to say, that, you know, this was real, nothing about it was made up, hapo. You just wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know. So, Hapa, introduction was he might be cheating. Main story was he actually is cheating. Then conclusion is the ratings of the Murayas has gone up. And I, as the wife, I'm going to sell my properties the best way I know how. And then we're going to come here and tell guys that, you know, nobody is perfect. Nobody is A, B, nobody is C or D. Okay, lady and gentlemen, I don't know if you remember this babe. Well, I never even knew this babe is called Stacy Gugutsa. I never knew. Oh my God, I always thought her name is Pendo. And for some weird reason, I don't know, someone mentioned that she's, you know, Lunje, but I don't know. I thought maybe she's something else, but anyway, that's not important. So this is like, I think, the second time this exact thing is happening to this hand. Oh my goodness. I don't know if she just has a thing, you know, that attracts these men who abandon her after taking her for holiday. Because you remember, I remember this, it was 2018, and that Mudhugu guy took off, the one she was engaged to. The man took off and left her with a bill, but I woke up, it was 70K. So now, she and her most recent bae, or whoever that was, they had gone kwenda kupunga upepo wa kule pwani, mandhari ya kule English Pointy, September huko. So now we're looking at, I think, September 14th. And they were just there bumming, drinks, drinking, eating, swimming. You know, living the good life that people should live when you go to English Point Marina. Then, when they were just about to check out, cheesy, mitini, the guy took off. Leaving Pendo or Stacy, should we call her Pendo? Let's call her Stacy alias Pendo, leaving her high and dry with a huge bill. I think it was 300 and something thousand Kenya shillings that she had to foot. So Pendo, by the way, we cannot say that she's very broke, because she managed to scrap money and she came up with 145,000 Kenya shillings. And she paid the guys and said, okay, so this is what I have. This is what I've been getting. You know, we've been knowing, okay? And then, so she was like, I think the arrangement was, I will pay the rest. Like, let's just agree, Bananga, let's agree. You know, let me go. Let this not be a scandal. I will pay this cash as soon as it hits my laps. So, the English Point guys were like, wait a minute, hold up. The more we're waiting, we got bills to pay for. We got things to do with our monies. So, they took the babe to court. Sasa, the babe was there, and then you see that the remaining amount was totaling up to 208,000 Kenya shillings. So that was the balance that she was supposed to give. And because I think maybe she failed to raise it or something, she was already in court. Look at her. Oh my goodness! You will say she's the most innocent, non-dramatic person. Okay, but anyway, maybe that's who she is really. Because, you know, when you're on these reality shows, you're putting on a show. Okay, so anyway, she was either told to pay, I think, a cash bail of 35,000, or she'll be out on bond with 100,000 Kenya shillings. Now, you see, this is all we are saying. You know, first of all, when you go to those joints and, you know, whoever you with, just make sure that you can handle your own. That, you know, when you're drinking those expensive or cheap things that you want to drink, when you're there swimming with the dolphins, when you're there taking pictures of whichever destination you're at, make sure that your sponyo is solid. Because there's no way you're going to be having a person who every other time, you know, what on a contender like this, man? What happens? Every time. And then you overstretch your stay, knowing very well that when thick comes to thin, you will not be in a position to pay. When thin comes to thick, when thick comes to thin. What do they say? And then when the hour of reckoning is here, is upon you, you're like, can I pay slow? Can I maybe bring this bill in later? Can we maybe do this? Alafu mambo yanaishia kwa hapa. Sasa hapa alikuwa shanzu. And actually, there's an entire chat sheet that, you know, and this chat sheet I got it from Omi Dollar. Shout out to you, Omi Dollar, the C-O-K-E. There's this unseen pressure that people put on themselves. As long as maybe you've seen these people online and you sort of assume that this person now has hacked life, or maybe this was a socialite in quotes, or she was a reality star. Most of us want to keep up with these people, not even understanding the lens they go through. I'm just saying that the pressure that is here in these interwebs is too much. And then not just on the internet, but even those clique of useless friends that these babes hang out with, you know? Ile kujaribu kushobokiana. Shobo ni kushoboka. You're like, hey, baby, I'm at English point. We've spent it here with my babe. We've slept here, you know, for how many days. Hapa. And then tesa mwisho wa siku mambo yanaishia kwa haya kitambaa. Angalia chini, maski yako, shanzu. Aibu tu.